welcome again to my tutorial. In this one I'm gonna show you how to deploy an Active Directory, how to create organizational units, how to create users, how to set roles such as AD, DS, DNS, DHCP, and so on. So let's just open first our Windows server. I just opened it. I just created my installed my server. I haven't installed anything. I haven't configured anything. So first just click on add roles and features and the wizard opens. So this is a before you begin page. Just click on next. Role-based features installation. So click on yes because it's not very different from what we want. It's very basic and very simple. And as for roles, I'm gonna check DNS, DHCP, and ADSD. So Telnet client to STMP server and click add features. Telnet server, okay. So that's just for some commands like that's it, okay, group policy management. So as you can see on your left, I have added ADSD, DNS, and DHCP, which are the three components of a domain controller. As for role services, just let me see, that looks good. So install. I'm just gonna have to wait for a few minutes. Your PC might shut down and on and down and on. I'm gonna take some time. I'm just gonna skip all this real quick. So close. And here on your notifications, you're gonna see that you need a configuration for Active Directory Domain Services, TCGM. This is the HCP configuration not complete, and here it's the configuration succeeded, but it's not fully complete. So we're just gonna click on promote this first server to a domain controller. Check add a new forest. You can check on the written tutorial to see what is a forest, the components of the forest, what is an organizational unit user. So I'm just gonna write a root name, which has to have an extension, otherwise it won't be accepted. So next. So deployment started. Just gonna write my password, which I'm not gonna show you, of course. This is my password. You have to choose a strong password. It has to have capital letters, small letters, numbers. Confirm password and next. Second password failed. I actually not. It does not mean it's not strong enough. Okay, I'm just gonna write it again. And next. Okay, it worked this time. So specify, okay. Doesn't give me much choice now, but I will configure the DNS later. It takes a lot of time to deploy a domain controller. Just be patient. The NetBIOS domain names goes automatically because I have just written my domain name, so the NetBIOS is taken from there. Yes. This is just to set paths to my files. Okay, next. Requires it needs to be validated. On this computer, prerequisites. The steps are really simple to deploy a domain controller. You just have to write its name and set a strong password basically. So not that hard, not that complicated. But you have to wait a bunch of time. Okay, so it's installing. So just to sum up what we've done, to deploy a domain controller, so to have a domain controller, you have to have three important components. It's the Active Directory Domain Service, the ADXD, the DNS, and the DHCP. So if you have these three rules, you have the domain controller. So just checking the progress. That's it. The server was successfully configured as a domain controller, and your server is gonna restart. So this means that the operation was successful. I was able to deploy my Active Directory into a domain controller. Now all I have to do is to configure my ADHD, DNS, and DHCP to have my domain controller, and I'm gonna be able to add users, organizational units, and set group policies, password policies, a bunch of stuff that you're gonna see on my next tutorial, so stay tuned. So now just enter, I'm just gonna enter my password. So here you see that my login name has changed to add the domain name. So I'm gonna write my password to login. Okay, wrong password. No. So here, when I logged in, they are telling me that my password is now expired, and I have to write and change my password. Changing password. Okay. So this is basically to check if the administrator of the server is the same person. It offers a high level of security that way. So here I have, so voila, I have deployed my Active Directory, my domain controller, and now we are gonna learn how to add organizational units. So as I have said before, you can check the website to see what a forest, what a organizational unit and user mean. So just go to your administrative tools and click on users and computers. And here is my domain, just click on it, right click, new, organizational units. Okay, so the object of a organizational unit is a set of computers and users that I am gonna organize as I please. So I'm just gonna name it and then add users by clicking on them and just write information related to this computer. So I'm just gonna write user 1. You can write whatever you like, it doesn't matter really. So here you can have two logon names. Logon names that are pre-Windows 2000 and logon names that are after Windows 2000. One uses the just some anti-slash domain name anti-slash name of the user, and the other one, the first one, user 1, Bask, and so just okay, next I'm just gonna write a password. I'm just gonna tick user must change password at next login so that the user can choose the password that he liked. I'm just gonna set password as the admin, so simple password will do. A default password that I'm gonna give to the user when he wants to log in. And he is going to have to change the password after his first logon. Okay, so it shows user cannot change the password of never expires or account is disabled, but it's not really interesting. So finish. Well, here I have set it to that the user can't change his password. I have written that's just because I am the owner of this user. I am the user 1. I am the owner of the Windows 7 computer, so that's why I did this. But the interesting part is to give the user the chance to set the password that he will like and remember. Panel on Windows 7 and select okay, system and security system and just modify, edit my parameters. This is to set this computer as the user that I have created on the server. So I'm just gonna click on modify and set it as a member of a domain. I'm just gonna write the name of the domain here. You can change the name of the user if you want to. Okay. And just click on OK. So yeah. So here you can see that it's not working. That's because I haven't set a default gateway yet. Um, so I have to add the default gateway of the server to this machine of the DNS address. So I'm just gonna cancel this and open the network and click on connection properties, TCP IP4, and here on favorite DNS server I'm gonna add the IP address of my server. It should work now. So let's try again. So let's change the domain. It's gonna write the name of the domain. Not working. Oh yeah. So and here it's working. So I just have to write my login as an administrator of the server and my password. And oh, I think that I have not written my password right. So I'm just gonna try again. And so yeah, it's working now. So this is how you add a computer to your server. I have added the Windows Server computer to the organizational unit that I have created on my domain controller. So I'm just gonna close my machine. I'm just gonna close my machine so that we can see how my username has changed, as I am now a part of the domain I have created on the server. So in this tutorial we have learned how to deploy our domain into a domain controller by adding ADHD, DNS and DHCP, and we have also learned how to create organizational units in our server and how to add external machines to our servers. So here is my computer is starting. It's gonna have to wait a few seconds. So basically now you have all the tools to manage your own server, to manage other computers. In my next tutorial I'm going to show you how to apply different policies, group policies, password policies, how to configure DNS, how to configure the DHCP, how to create different sets of profiles, and so on. So as you can see now, my username has changed. So I have to write the password that I have set in my configuration. So I'm gonna use another user and write the domain name, // and then the name of the user and the password, and well, I can connect to the server. So that's it. Basically you have all the skills to be a server manager now. Just stay tuned for the next tutorials. Bye!